I think women have come a long way in terms of equality and gender rights and things like that. And I think it's changing all the time. I love to see my daughters in their early teens, you know, being very confident and not believing that there's anything a boy can do that they can't do. And so I think that generation will make even further strides. But for now, I think we're very fortunate being in a country like Kenya where women are given equal rights in almost every area. Society still has to come to terms with some of that, but yeah, I think the strides have been great. A power woman, a woman who knows who she is in touch with herself, doesn't feel that she has to change who she is in order to please others, to win approval, whose relationship with herself is very healthy. Yeah. Wow, most women I know, like, I mean, you know, I think women are such amazing multitaskers, you know, in the sense that they're juggling often very many different hats, very many different roles, and they don't have the luxury of compartmentalizing sometimes the way that men do. So many times, in many different ways, I'm just in awe of what I see women accomplish, and I would say that's in all aspects of my life. Yeah, from my friends to my mother and her friends to people I know socially or professionally. Yeah. And I think it also really depends on what's going on in their lives. So women show up, you know, and if there's hecticness, they will handle the hecticness. When I was very little, I wanted to be a ballerina. When I got a bit older, at one point I wanted to work with an airline just because I wanted to travel and I thought that would be the easiest way. But I wasn't one of those kids who had a very fixed idea, and you know, I'm a bit of I jump around a lot in terms of my plans, my ideas, so yeah. And I have a terrible memory, so it's hard to remember what I thought when I was 5. Yeah. I think the biggest challenge that women face is just believing in ourselves. I think most of the limitations we have are internal. I mean, there are external limitations for sure, but you know, we've got to get comfortable with being successful, with showing up, with getting attention, and often we shy away from that, and so we don't go for the next promotion. We don't try that big idea because we're afraid to fail. We're afraid to be judged. It's a lot of that fear of other people's opinion, I think, that holds us back. And if we could get over that, it would be, you know, really the sky's the limit. I think there's always room to improve for women and for men. Work-life balance is really important. I think recognizing that more and more people need to be able to bring their entire selves to work. You know, it's not that you leave who you are at the door. And so room for creativity, room to be expressive, room to challenge opinions. And I think in a society where perhaps women's voices weren't as loud or weren't as heard, yes, there's still, you know, some people out there who would probably take it worse when a woman says it, and if a man said exactly the same thing, they may not react in the same way. So I think, you know, some of those very subtle changes just in terms of yeah, how we're able to show up. I don't know that my advice to a woman wanting to start a business is any different than it would be for a man. I mean, I think the biggest thing is you're going to have to work. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to learn from your failures and your mistakes, and you're going to have to persevere. So I think, don't let the fact that you're a woman make you feel any less capable. If you believe it, if you believe that you can do it, you're halfway there. You know, so it's the self-confidence, it's the belief in who you are that, you know, is the first hurdle you're going to have to get over. And after that, yes, it will be hard, but yeah, just as good as any other man. You're just as capable. You know, balance is a struggle, I think, that all of us face all the time. And I don't know that it's possible to find the perfect balance. So I don't think of it in terms of perfectly balance out all the different aspects of my life. I think it's more about, you know, moving towards a healthier situation. And for me personally, that's a lot of wellness. I think about how I'm trying to apply that in my own life. It's really about health and wellness and balancing the need to, yes, be present at work, work hard, be a present for your children, you know, and all of that. But at the same time, taking care of yourself, because if you're empty inside, you have less to give. And so balancing the needs for self-love and self-care with the needs for what you have to do for everybody else. And that's the question that I'm sort of grappling with and trying to find that balance. Yeah.